Hey my Barbies, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Caramel Barbie, aka Kyra, and you are watching my channel. Don't forget it. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And just it's positive vibes over here. Like we're pushing positive vibes. Like I'm here to help the girls who did not have anybody in their corner, couldn't see a way out, they was stuck, they was feeling insecure about themselves, etc., etc. Like whatever you're feeling, like I'm here to help you. Call me the fairy godmother. So basically this video is gonna be like a quick update and like maybe like a little girl talk, get to know me, get to know who I am and stuff like that. And what's the vibes? Honestly, y'all, I've been wanting to start back my YouTube channel, but I just felt like I want to do things differently. I want to do things differently. I don't want to be like the next YouTuber and stuff like that. I actually want to help people in my journey by showing them my journey. You know what I'm saying? To help other people in their journey by showing them my journey. And maybe I can influence somebody in a way to the point where they, turn around their life and for the better and start living for them and less for people. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just gonna touch base off of where I'm coming from. So if you don't know, guys, I am from the island of Antigua and Barbuda, but I was born and raised in Antigua. I don't know, never been to Barbuda, I know about Barbuda, I heard about it, never been over there. My family, part of my mom's side of the family grew up in Barbuda and is from Barbuda, but I was raised in Antigua. I have 3 siblings. So the oldest is a sister, my sister, then my brother, and then my other sister, and then it's me. So in total, my father has 4 kids and my mom has 3. I do have, oh my god, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have 6. I have 6 nieces and nephews. And child, we still got ways to go. Like 6 already, and it's only two of my siblings had kids. So just imagine when my other sister have kids, when we have kids. So child, out of all of them, I'm much closer to out of all my siblings, I am much closer to my youngest sister. One, we grew up together and we always was in contact with each other and stuff like that. But that's a little about me. I like the color pink, obviously. Pink this, pink that. I like the color pink. I love to sing and I love to dance. I love to sing and I love to dance. I am, I'm into TikTok. I'm into TikTok. I'm into fashion. I like to get dressed. I like to be a Barbie. And yeah, I'm a little, sassy. Sassy with my mouth. But y'all, like, I'm really working on myself. You know what I'm saying? Like, I could be sassy, but in a good way. I like to go to parties. I like to go out to eat. Whatever. I'm down for a good time. So even if it's just chilling in the house and we just staring at each other, whatever. I like to have intellectual conversations with people. With the brain. I like to sit down and be like, but why don't you look at stuff this way? Why don't you see it this way? Why don't you see it from this point of view? And when somebody comes tell me, why don't you see it from this point of view? And I'm like, that's not a bad way of thinking. You know what I'm saying? So I like to be open to, different things. I am into interior design and stuff like that. This is nothing. This is just me. I just put things together in my room. However, when I do get my own place, I'm so excited to decorate it and just show y'all like my skills. Overall, I'm a pretty creative person, and I'm kind. I'm a loving person. I look out for the people who look out for me. And if somebody tell you otherwise, it's mainly if someone tells you that I am not like a nice person or whatever, one, they are dealing with the old version of myself, and two, no one has really been that friend to me. I've always like reached out. I've always do the, hey, do you wanna, you know what I'm saying? I always was the friend to cater to somebody, but I've never really had somebody cater to me. Just call me, just say, hey girl, how you doing? I've not really had that. I mean, people check in on me here and there. We talk and stuff like that, but I'm talking about up here where I'm at. I don't have friends. I'm just gonna be honest. And it kind of bothers me a little bit because it makes me feel like, why don't I have friends? But when you sit down and you think about one, who you are and what you've been doing, and all of that stuff, it affects a lot of it affects a lot of things. That's why you haven't found your people, your friend soulmate, your friend group, your lover and stuff like that. So I haven't found my people yet, and hopefully one day I do. And that's why I decided to start my YouTube channel, because I want to show y'all how I'm about to take off in life. It's only up from here. It's only up from here. It's only good things from here. It's only blessings. It's only abundance. I'm claiming it, and stuff like that. And in the back of my mind is like, my subconscious is like, girl, no, girl, how long we been trying and stuff like that. Like, I've been actually trying to put myself out there and to be friends with people and stuff like that. And listen, I don't know if it's me not knowing who I was at that moment, but literally every time I try to open a door to get to know somebody or to have that friendship and stuff like that, the door has been closed in my face. Like, every time I try to put my foot out there. So I don't know if they're not just meant for me, or I wasn't being like my true authentic self, blah 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 blah. Like, there's a lot of factors as to why you don't have certain friends in your life, or you don't have certain people in your life. We're gonna get into that later, because I could literally explain why, but we're not here for that. We're here to talk about my journey, and let's get into it. So I grew up in Antigua. I was born and raised in the island of Antigua. If y'all don't know what Antigua is, research it. Google is free. Because I'm tired of the questions like, what is Antigua? What is that? Where is that? Who is that? Research. Go up on Google. And some of y'all be very disrespectful too. Like, some of y'all Americans, y'all be very disrespectful with it. Talk about is that Jamaica? Listen, no bother with it. Don't bother with it. Talking about is that Jamaica? Anyways, I'm from the islands of Antigua. It's similar to Jamaica because we speak our first language is English, so we speak English. the Queen's language to be exact. We speak English, broken English, okay? And the way how we talk is way different from Jamaicans, way different. It's like where y'all go, gal? I don't know y'all go don't know what I want. Yeah, that's how we talk in Jamaicans. It's like, my girl, which part you there? Where y'all go? Where you are go? Yeah, so you see the difference? We have more like a, hey gal, where y'all go, gal? Which part y'all go? Y'all go down the road by so and so house? The tone and the tone and, you know, how we say certain words and stuff and certain phrases is different, but it's similar. So some phrases you will hear that it's like, are you Jamaican? No. Why am I talking about this? Anyways, yes. So I grew up in middle class. I wasn't poor. Like, there's some people who were really poor. I mean, middle class, you experience having certain privileges, as in like going to a paid school and stuff like that, and then being picked up from school and just having access to different things, you know what I'm saying, to extracurricular activities and stuff like that. So I had access to certain things that a lot of people never had access to. So that's what I mean by I wasn't poor, but there were times when there was nothing in the fridge. There were times when, you know, we had to go outside and catch water and stuff like that. You know, I've experienced both sides and stuff like that. But honestly, y'all, I was pretty much like a happy child, like very expressive, very kind, very loving. I was so caring to people, and stuff like that. Like, everybody have their ups and downs. So there were times where I was super nice, and there were times where I would just say stuff like, girl, you know, your hair don't look good. You know what I'm saying? And people would look at me and like, but why would you say that? That's kind of mean. And to me, I'm just being honest. But, you know, you get older and you realize that it's not okay to step on people's toes and to say certain things, to do certain things without thinking about the other person's emotions. It's not okay for you to do that. So if you don't have nothing nice to say, don't say it. Unless you were asked. And if you're asked for your opinion, then you could be nice about it. You know, you just have to learn in life how to be a good person, because you want somebody to be nice to you. You want somebody to show you kindness and love. So do it to other people, you know. But I don't do it because I want it giving it back to me. That's the issue. That's the issue with a lot of people. Like, they do things to get things in return, and I think that is a very selfish act, and a lot of people need to stop doing that. You need to do things because that is just who you are. I'm just being honest. We need to start doing things because that's just who I am. So I'm gonna give you a helping hand, even though you're nasty and bitter towards me. But also, you know, setting boundaries and being like, okay, I see that you are just, you know, not good to be around and stuff like that, and I can't be around you, but I wish you the best, and just send them on their way. You know, they don't have to have access to you. People just need to learn how to walk away and just let things be. Just let things go, because it's never that serious. But I was a child who was just me. You know what I'm saying? I was just me. And growing up, I've gained so much like unhealthy habits, toxic way of thinking, so much negativity, because that is what I observed from my environment. And like as I grew, it got worse, because I couldn't understand, like I just couldn't understand a lot of the things that my family or people would do around me. Like I couldn't, I was just, you know what I'm saying? And religion played a big role as to how I should behave, how I should dress. And I wasn't able to freely be myself, freely to express myself. I did not experience a normal childhood outside of church and school. So I wasn't able to, like, not too much, because my dad wasn't too strict with it until he started listening to other people, like my other family members. But I wasn't able to, like, go certain places, do certain things, because yeah, so I wasn't really free like that. But there were times where I did go, you know, sleep over by my friend. She slept over by me. I had one friend, and child, I had one friend because my dad trusted her, and my dad knew her mom and stuff like that. So I was able, and it was a church friend, so I was able to, like, go to her house, hang out with her and stuff like that. And then, child, one day they told me I couldn't, because I'm not gonna get into that. But, you know, I just wasn't able to be a normal kid. I was always, like, being talked down on, being, you know, you need to do this, you need to do that. And I just picked up a lot of unhealthy habits, unhealthy ways, like unhealthy mannerisms, unhealthy, like, speech. It was just so bad, because on one hand, my mother would say some nasty things towards people. She would just act out. My mother would just act out of anger and stuff like that. And on the other hand, I had a judgmental religious family. Like, they judge every little thing. They try to critique every little thing that you do and stuff like that. Like, oh, you don't see any for do this, you don't see any for do this, you don't see any for do this. Like, my aunt at one point forced me to speak to a girl. Oh, you need to stop being so antisocial, it's not good, it's not good. I'm like, girl, right now I can only give people all that I can. Like, I was suffering mentally, you know what I'm saying? And I had a hard time trusting people, because we were not taught how to get to know people and how to say, okay, you know, this person can go on. I can get close to this person, and on the other hand, I can't get close to this person, because obviously this person they're not good for me. They're not good for me. They're not good to be in my life. So, you know what I'm saying? Learning boundaries and learning how to just separate certain things from certain things. Second of all, I wasn't allowed to speak up. Then I got into the people pleasing. So I would do things just to please people, and I would just go out of my way just to be accepted, to feel heard, to feel. And that still wasn't enough, guys. It still wasn't enough. Like, I still did not feel loved. I still did not feel appreciated. I still didn't feel worthy and stuff like that. So a lot of those things played into what I became, the monster that I became. I wouldn't say monster. That's not a right choice of words to say. Like, I wouldn't say monster, but all of those things that, you know, happened to me, it shifted who I was as a person. And it's never fair for a child to go through so much and not have people to talk to, people to rely on. Oh, talk to somebody you trust. I always hear that. Talk to somebody you trust. Talk to somebody you love. I never really had that. growing up. I never really had that. So I would try to seek love outside of my family. And with that, I've been abandoned so many times by my own family, my own parents and stuff like that, that I would attach myself to people. Y'all, it's so much. It's so much. Like, it's so much that I developed. Like, I had anxiety. I was, I had an unhealthy attachment style. It's so much. It's so much. It's so much. That's how damaged I was. And a lot of people did not know that. A lot of people, and when I try to explain myself, it's like they just shut you down. Like they don't want to hear nothing you have to say. It's only now that I'm older that people around me are seeing the people who my parents really are. It's only now that I'm older that people are like, wow, your parents is like that? You enjoyed that? You know what I'm saying? Now they're like, oh, I'm so sorry you went through, you don't deserve that. And I'm like, no child ever did. And to not have like somebody to defend you and be in your corner sometimes, you know what that could do for a child? Why you think I was always defensive? Why you think I always built a defense mechanism? And I pushed people away because that I didn't have anybody to literally protect me from people. And the same people who were supposed to help me were played a big part in bringing me down, talking down on me, making me feel like I wasn't enough and stuff like that. Like literally, y'all, it was so bad. Well, fast forward as to leading up to my healing journey. I started becoming more isolated. When I started off as a kid, it was easy for me to make friends. It was easy for me to be around people. It was easy for me to just be myself. And I didn't care. Like, in the back of my head, I wasn't thinking like, oh, this person think. I never care. Or when I went to high school in Antigua, I never really cared about who was thinking what they was thinking, Like literally, my first best friend that I call best friend called me ugly, y'all. And y'all look at me. Like, she looked at me and she said, "You're ugly." And I was trying for her to be, I'm like, I want a best friend. Like, I want somebody in here that I could stick close to and have lunch with and blah, 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 blah. So I stuck beside her. You know what I'm saying? And eventually we became like cool friends and stuff like that. But obviously we're two different people, you know. She just likes she like the drama, the party, the this and that. Don't get me wrong, I like to have fun, but I'm also the type of person like, hey, get to the bag. Like, hey, I could be a serious person as well. Like, I can be the type of person and be like, okay, child, I had enough, you know. Sometimes I give off a mature woman vibe. Like, sometimes I can't bother with the bag of pick the business and stuff like that. But honestly, she did keep me like, she kept me young. She kept me having fun. She kept me like, she did. So, but, yeah, so literally people would just say whatever. But, you know, a lot of people from my school now, they try to reach out to me. They try to talk to me. They're like, hey, girl, how you been? How you doing? It's not the same person, y'all. It's not the same person, y'all. You can't just come up to me and start talking and think you're going to expect the same person, because this is not it. That's not me. This is not what we do. No more. Like, so, people would describe me as, oh, she's a nice person. She's so cool. She's so this. Like, I was like a popular loner in my school. People knew my name and stuff like that, and I had crushes. People would crush on me. People would like me and stuff like that. And I don't know if it's because of my energy and the vibes that I gave off or what. Like, I have to ask somebody, like, what did you like about me? What for me stand out about you? But I was just myself. Like, I was just me. You know what I'm saying? And as I got older and I moved to the US, that's when it all started. Like, when I all started being like insecure and stuff like that, because I would go to school, mind you, yes, I did say my friend called me ugly and stuff like that, but girl, no. That's a girl box. Like, have you seen half of the girls in this high school? Have you seen half of the girls in these schools? In this school? Have you seen half of the girls in this school? Please stop playing with me. But I went to high school, and the first school I went to was the high school in New York, and I had like this boy, like he would come around all the time, and he would be like, "Oh, you ugly, da 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 da," and it was so many haters. It was so many haters, child. And that's the thing, like, the same kids that y'all sit down and y'all talk bad about because they don't have the latest Balenciagas, Gucci, Louis Vuitton, and all that. And back then, I wasn't getting my hair done. Listen, back then, I wasn't being taken care of. Like, I was not. Y'all didn't even know what I was going through, but y'all want to sit here and just call me mean names. And it was to a point where I almost got into a fight with somebody because they think that they could gang up on me and bully me. And I wasn't having it. I was like, girl, meet me outside. Like, what's good? And I had a team behind me. At that time, I still had friends. That's what I'm saying. Like, girl, I still had me some friends. I had 2 friends in there, you know, and I talked to people here and there and stuff like that. But I had me some friends in there that was, you know, don't mess with my friend, period, and stuff like that. So it really wasn't bad. All right, cool. I was still insecure, still self-conscious and stuff like that. And I moved to Florida my junior year, and that's where I graduated from school and stuff like that. And I don't know, for some reason I couldn't be open with people. Like, I was myself, but I was not myself. Like, people be like, you don't talk, you don't do this, you don't know. I don't do none of that. I'm not here to be in any of y'all friends group, because there was this one girl who tried to like to get me to be cool with her and her gang, and they was the troublemakers of the school. And I'm like, girl, you're not gonna get me. I ain't come here for that. Like, I ain't come here for that. But I had like 1 or 2 friends, and then there was this one big falling out with me and this girl and stuff like that. But to say that I had like genuine friends who just gave a shit about me and who I could come to and who was just mature and who never had that. What is that? Didn't have that. What is that? Like, never had that. Somebody who was consistent, like, not just talk to me this day and I don't hear from them for a whole month and weekend. Never had that. Never did. You know what I'm saying? So I've been longing for that connection and stuff like that, but it's okay. I'm gonna be that friend for me. I'm gonna be that consistent friend for me. But like I said, I was still going through my little mental stuff, and I was distracted because I had church at the time, I had track, and I had band. So it really wasn't no time to be sad, girl. It really wasn't no time to be sad. Like, I was outside, like, doing me, being me. Like, what about it? And I felt myself going into this dark hole about 2 years ago. Started like 2019. I didn't have a job. Started like 2019. I didn't have a job, and it was just really rough for me. Like, I kept seeing everybody else, getting their first car, getting this, getting that, and I'm just, like, why? So that started to take a toll on me. And the reason why, like, the whole job shit affected me, because I wanted to take care of myself so bad. Y'all see what it do now. Y'all see what it do. I always wanted to do this. I always wanted to take care of myself, get my hair done, do my this, do my that, and just take care of me overall. And I didn't have the resources to do that. So I just fell into this dark hole, was really depressed, was really like, it was a roller coaster for me. So one day I would be okay, the next day I would be, stop talking to me, I don't want to be here, I don't want to be here. Like, I had a boyfriend at the time, and every day I would talk about some, like, myself. I would talk about, like, I don't want to be here, and da-da-da. Like, I would never kill myself. Like, let's just be honest. I don't have the guts to kill myself. I don't know how y'all do it. I don't have the guts to do it. But I was always on the phone, like, I feel so sad, I feel so this, I feel so that. Like, every time you had a conversation with me, I was talking about my situation. I was talking about my life. Like, I was talking about getting out of this dump. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it just got worse. It just got worse. So eventually I moved to New York, and I was still pushing people away. Like, I would be cool with people, and I would be like, oh, I would see them do certain things and stuff like that, and I'd be like, oh, I don't like that, block, delete. I don't even give them a time. I won't even communicate with them or give them a time to talk, because people just be like, oh, Kyra, you talk too much. You don't need to say that. You don't need to do that. Da, 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 da. Yes, I do, because it's a principle of stuff. Like, you can't call me best friend and then treating another girl better than me. Why y'all do it, Drunko? Why do y'all do that? That's why I don't claim none of you hoes now. Because literally, I haven't had somebody that say, I'ma choose her. Never, ever in my life did I ever have that. Ever have somebody that say, let me call her. I want to be around her. This my girl. This my friend. I've never had that. Do you understand what I'm saying? So when I see certain things and people doing certain things and moving a certain way, and then they try to call you best friend, and you just had me around because I'm company for you. Like, you know what I'm saying? I was used. I was being used. So I didn't like what I see, so I spoke out. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I would literally, like, be like, shut down on people, push people away. Like, don't even give them no explanation. And after the pandemic hit. So when the pandemic hit, I was, like, always sleeping. Like, during that time, I be doing my TikToks and stuff, but I was always sleeping and stuff like that. And I was just going about life. I got my first job, and I started, like, taking care of myself and doing things for myself and da-da-da-da. And when I just had enough, when I broke up with my recent ex. And that was in November. That was from around my birthday. He cheated. And y'all, the love at that time, from my perspective, the things that he did for me and stuff like that, just a little piece, because he didn't do it out of love for me. Because if you love somebody, you're not gonna, I do believe he liked me a lot. He really liked me, but to say that he loved me, he didn't, because you wouldn't treat somebody that you love like that. So when I seen how he would hug me and he would just like talk to me sometimes and show me affection and stuff like that, and I was just like, is this what I'm missing in the world? Is this what I'm lacking? When I said I've been shut down for so long, I didn't realize that I wasn't living. I was just being alive, but I wasn't living. You know what I'm saying? I had no meaning to anything. I so I've been shut down for so long that I didn't see it's more to life. It's more to life. So I was just like, wow, when I said this man had me wrapped around his little fingers and stuff, like he showed me, wow, I have to choose me. And how he did that, he did what he did. I approached him about it, and he just walked away from me like it was easy. Started to choose himself and live his life. I said, okay, if you're gonna do that, I'm gonna do that for me. And he will come back and he'll be like, oh, girl, not girl, but he was like, oh, are you gonna leave me? Like he knew he lost something good. When men know that they lose something good, they try to hold on to it. And he lost a good girl. So he would sit here and he'd be like, oh, you're gonna leave me? It's what you do. And like he tried to guilt trip me and make me feel some type of way about it. And that's when I started to stand my ground. And I started to stand firm. And I said, I've had enough. I've had enough of people walking in and out my life how they want to. I've had enough of people telling me who I am and what I'm about. I've had enough of people treating me any type of way. I've had enough of all of it. I will no longer accept anybody who treats me less than. That's when I started doing the work internally. And I started looking at things differently. And I started developing a different mindset. And I started being okay with being alone. And I started being okay with saying no. And I started being okay with standing up for myself and putting my foot down and saying, no, you cannot talk to me this way. No, you cannot deal with me this way. No, this way is not acceptable. And I started to fight for me more. Also, I learned a lot about myself. Like just being alone, just operating alone, I've learned a lot about myself. And I've learned that the trauma and the negativity is buried so deep in my subconscious that even up to this day it affects me. It makes me feel like, you know this, you know that, like everything that I've dwelled with during my childhood, it still sometimes resurfaces and it still make me feel some negative emotions. But what I do different now, I just don't let it overpower me. I don't let it take control. So guys, like I started choosing me. I started walking away from people. I started stop depending on people to love me, to care about me, to make me feel happy and all the good stuff in life. And I just went out, like, I just started like receiving more information and learning about myself and expanding my mind and just growing, just growth. And that's when I started glowing. That's when I lost my weight. That's when I started like attracting the right type of energy towards my life. And I was like, wow, is this all I had to do from the get-go? Is this all I had to do? You know what I'm saying? And I start living for me. And I've been happy. I've been way happier. Like, I would have my days where I'm like, ugh, but it doesn't last. Like, I don't stay in that gunk. I don't stay in that feeling. I get up and I'm like, okay, it's a new day today. What we gonna do today and stuff like that. I look forward to life now. And I just try to make myself more happy and try to enjoy life a lot more. So that's why a lot of people see me partying now, and a lot of people see me outside, and I take myself out on dates and stuff like that. So that's where I'm at now in life. And I'm being patient. Because there's a lot more that's about to happen for me. I'm walking into this new season of blessing, abundance, and receiving everything that I prayed for in life. The love that I always wanted, the home that I always wanted, the car that I always wanted, the memories that I always wanted. The only thing that I want to cherish more than anything is like being around good people and creating good memories. And I want to open up myself to love, and love so deeply. Like, guys, I'm still kind of like, I don't know, like, I'm still kind of like pushing certain things away, and I'm just kind of like scared to open myself to people, but I'm still taking baby steps. And I want to love so deeply and care so much, but I don't want it to overpower me. That's the thing. I want to form the deepest kind of connections with people and create the best memories, and just to live and laugh in the moment. Like, you know, those little videos where you see and the person is like, ha 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 ha, they so happy and they're spinning around and they're jumping for joy and stuff like that. Guys, my time is gonna come, and sometimes I feel like it's not, but it's gonna come. So I'm not gonna sit here. I'm not gonna be mad for too long. I'm not gonna be upset. I'm not gonna think negatively. I'm thinking positive, and I'm just being open to life. And I just hope that I can show somebody that there's always more to life. Guys, we're gonna catch up and we're gonna talk some more about other things. Maybe I can help somebody else heal and change their mindset and start thinking better about themselves and about life. But we've talked enough for today. I love you guys so much, and even if it's just one person watching my video, I love you. Mwah. I hope that you have a good day, and stay tuned for more videos. Bye.